As a matter of fact, the sad truth is even for some of us who are thinking, oh, our children are now quietly nestled into their homes and they're ready to be rocked to sleep. Some of them aren't. Some of them, even after they kissed you goodnight, they still got their iPod, they still got their cell phone, and they're still texting, and they're still doing all kinds of things that we're simply totally oblivious to. You say, preacher, you're going to hit on some of these things? Yeah, why not? Why not tell the truth? Can I say this? Moms and dads, family, we're the ones who are responsible to set boundaries. You and I, not the world. You know what? The computer has been in the home for now at least 20 years. And for some of you even longer. Some of you even had one of those first ones that looked like it looks like something ought to be in the Smithsonian now. And most of us have already figured it out. You know what? Don't stick a computer in your teenager's room in the corner for him or her to just watch at any time and with there being no supervision. Now, that just seems like it makes a lot of sense. But yet, some of us will still go home and think that somehow we're infringing on the privacy of our children. Can I tell you something? You're the parent. You're the parent. And you know what? You have a responsibility to set those boundaries. Recently, I was encouraged to hear that in our youth Sunday school that a lot of our kids are replacing the secular music of the world with good Christian music, and we're helping them to provide good Christian music. Hey, I got a challenge for you, Mom and Dad. Just walk over and ask Junior if you can just listen to a few songs on their iPad. Which one is it? The one that you... Yeah, iPod. Thank you very much. You know, you want to see some petrified, scared look. You know the old deer in the headlight, illustration. That's exactly. You want to what? You want to hear it right now? You mean right now? Can you just wait just a little bit? I'm telling you. I can remember. Oh, and by the way, one of the greatest tools that the youth pastor has today. One of the greatest tools that the youth pastor has today is Facebook. You would be surprised at how many kids will friend you and still put the things on Facebook that they put on Facebook. The pastor knows also. And can I tell you, I've even said to some parents, you know what, you might want to check out, hey, who knows? Just see. You might want to check out what your children are saying and who they're listening to, who they're talking to on Facebook. Oh, yeah, that's what I ought to do. And I've even said that. And I'll tell you what I won't do. And let me just say this to you. That's as far as I'll go with it. It's not my job to walk up to you week after week and say, you would not believe what I just saw. And then the other day, I could not believe the pictures that were being posted. If you don't want to check, it's on you. Amen? Hey, you know what? Just log on. Just log on and see who they're talking to and see who's talking to them. Hey, how many times have men and women with teenagers lamented over the fact that an online relationship began and ended in death or the child going clear across the country because of someone that they began to talk to online? Where were we? You see, God has vested authority into His instructions. He wants you to stand for Him. When your children see you, they see a loving, caring parent who believes in absolutes. I sent this quote out just recently, and I think maybe even yesterday. Sin will take you farther than you want to go, keep you longer than you want to stay, cost you more than you want to pay. One student's definition of a grandmother. You know, I am thankful for parents. And you've heard me say this. If I had known that being a grandparent was so much fun, I would have skipped the part about having children. Amen? I love being a grandparent. I love it! One student's definition of a grandmother. Oh, that's someone who comes to visit and keeps your mother from spanking you. Don't touch the babies. You know, I got to tell you, I'm looking at my kids and I'm thinking, man, Anita and I were not as strict as you guys. You know why? That's why they're so strict. We should have been stricter. We're responsible to set boundaries. We're responsible to warn our children, to give warning. Proverbs 1:7. The fear of the Lord is the beginning of knowledge, but fools despise wisdom and instruction. Mom and Dad, you're the one who's supposed to warn your children. Proverbs 31:10. Who can find a virtuous woman? For her price is far above rubies. You're the example. You know, this whole idea that we're supposed to just go with the flow and whatever is trendy and whatever is in is okay, and we'll just after the fact determine whether or not it had much of an influence or affected our children in any way. No. You're not supposed to catch up. You're not supposed to go, oh, well, I didn't want to get in the way of what's the norm. My friends, the last thing you want for your family is the norm. Amen? Here's the one that I hear. I keep looking over to Brother Will because we have these conversations. Our youth pastor knows exactly what I'm talking about. When he hears people say things like this, you can't be too strict or they'll rebel. They'll rebel! Well, they're already rebelling, so how's that going for you? Strictness does not ruin children. Harshness ruins children. Oh, it's that school. You send them over to that strict school, over that Christian school, and they got to wear a uniform. They don't wear it right, but they got to wear one. And, they're teaching them the Bible. They're just beating it into them. It's just, it's too strict. It's too restrictive. No, maybe it's the dad who's yelling and screaming and acting like a monster behind closed doors when nobody else sees them. They're the happy, smiley family out in public, but behind closed doors, the kids are going, this guy's a maniac. Why would I want to be like him? And yeah, that can be coming from moms and dads, and it can be coming from other influences. Strictness does not ruin our children. Harshness ruins children. Can I say this? You are the family. Everybody talks about the family, just like we talk about the church. Who's the church? You're the church. Who's the family? You're the family. You're the mom. You're the dad. You're the family. And by the way, this one's for free. Grandparents, as much as I love being a grandparent, I'm not the parent. I'm not the parent. You are. Set the example. 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 5. When I call to remembrance the unfeigned faith that is in thee, which dwelt first in my grandmother Lois and thy mother Eunice, and I am persuaded that in thee also. Man, in thy mother and grandmother, I saw God, and I see it in you. My friends, you and I set the example. Yesterday, oh, by the way, how many think it's a good idea if you can get somebody else to do something for you and you don't have to do it? That's a pretty good deal. That's called, what did Ronald Reagan call that? Delegation. Delegate, delegate, delegate. Yesterday, I didn't even have to delegate. Sarah Perales just took it upon herself to do me a big favor. She called my mother. On our way back from Dorn,